Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Back with another one. Let's see. Back with another one. All right. This is the Daily Hump Dump, the 56th edition, and it's been several weeks since I've been posting. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's been a minute. A lot of drama lately. Yes, yes. I done seen a lot. What's going on? And I gotta tell you, that Marcellus Wiley man with his the wife and the divorce. I saw that. I thought that was inevitable. 4th of July. It's been a while. Um, it is what it is. Let me see how to do style. Save it. Get my little nonsense out here, a little bullshit over here. Okay, it's been a minute. Gotta check what's inside here. Yeah. Everybody said that's a YouTube delay. That's in the chat. I had to put that YouTube on the screen, see who's in the chat. Now, sometimes I don't usually do it because I'm on the streaming thing. I have a stream deck, you know, pay it for like every other year. So I've been watching things at Woodward Sports. Talk about my Pistons and things like that. Summer League is good. The draft is pretty interesting. Yeah, the Knicks won a corrupt championship. You know how it is. They rigged for them to win it. A lot of injuries and things like that. Yeah. Just like I said, the World Cup kind of ruined everything, and I think it's a lot of cheating going on in the World Cup too. That's not looking good. And then there's Michigan. That state's losing a lot of people. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I've been dealing with sports lately. I ain't dealt with the politics. I kind of tuned out what's going on in politics. It's kind of washed right now. And then Jay-Z had like a little concert. It's kind of floppish. But I'm just saying, that's just me. So I see what's going on here. Yeah, I've been paying attention to Woodward Sports. They based out of Michigan. They okay. Yeah, I got lost for a minute. I got lost for a minute. Okay. Yeah, I've been looking at them for a minute. So what's going on with the feeds and stuff? But yeah, like the summer league, the draft. We got a good draft pick. What's his name? A Corey. That Corey kid is something else. I know he's struggling in the summer league, but that ain't on what you see in regular season. Now the Knicks act like they don't want to repeat. Thanks to the owner, he kept breaking them down. Oh, they've been working for LeBron. This guy said, I think they work for. They've been. LeBron's a puppet to the world. The NBA's been corrupt. They're tired of LeBron. They're trying to push the stars. Well, he has to retire, and I know what team he's going, and it's not Cleveland. All these other teams. To me, he's going to Golden State. He ain't ruling that out. And a lot of people try to say it's going to be Cleveland and all that. He's not coming home. I just don't see him going to Cleveland. I just don't. He left the Lakers. The Laker fans are happy, but they're not winning no championship. The only way they're going to win a championship if it's through some type of rigging. So the agenda is they're trying to push the Lakers and the Sixers, and we're going to talk about the Jaylen Brown thing. He just told the truth. Jaylen Brown told the truth of how sorry the Celtics were. They've been trying to get rid of him for years, and now you start looking at what the world is coming to. So yeah, I'm trying to see what's going on. And it's just what it is. So a lot of things going on, and then you got the aspirations with Kawhi, and it's a lot of things going on in sports that's gotten corrupt. I gotta listen to her. Shouts out to Nadia. You gotta check your shit out. Yeah, the summer league. It's been kind of cool. I'm gonna watch the Pistons tonight at 6. So watch it, ESPNU, things like that. So 4 o'clock game, the Magic and the Sixers. That's the one I'm gonna watch. That's the most coveted thing I'm gonna watch. But the thing is, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like what today is, Mitch McConnell. They say he's missing. I don't care about that. And then I heard Lindsey Graham passed away with some illness, which I don't give two f about. It just goes to show you what's going on here. Weezer plays. He's playing Assassin's Creed. Oh wow, Warhammer. He got me into the Dying Light series. He got me in the Dying Light series. Some of it I've already knew about Dying Light and all that. Yeah, everybody let that shit go. It's a lot of things going on in politics. I ain't really speaking on the war. It's a disaster. 4th of July has been a mess. July is an interesting month. This is a crucial month. It's a hard month. Most people ain't gonna look at content as much. Baseball it's a long ass season, long for everybody. It's just like you get it and you get it what you can, right? But sports shows that I watch is currently out of Michigan. I don't live in Michigan. I reside in another state, but I just like listening to them talking about these teams and stuff like that. There's other sports shows talk about our own teams too down here, but they kind of typical casuals. Casuals don't ruin the internet space. I'll tell you that. What we're gonna talk about. There's so many casuals that talk about sports a lot. Never played the sport. I played the sport for many years and stopped playing it at 2015. That's when in my late 20s. I don't play like I used to. That's the last time I touched a basketball. That was years ago. I was okay. I was okay. Wasn't no scrub or anything. I played against the best and always have, but I'm not in shape like I normally is. My jump shot ain't what it used to be. I gotta get back in shape to that, but my legs ain't what it is. I got some shoes and all that, but I ain't got the equipment and the gear. Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't trying to hurt myself out there. Some people used to do it. I used to do that when I was younger, but I stopped. You get injured that way. Everybody can't do that. So, come as you are and, playing like in some jeans and shit. I was like, I refuse to do that. I don't do that. I hit a shot. That's it. They want to mess with you and all that. So I'm thinking about my relative past what I did. You know what I'm saying? I still got it. But if I was in shape, boy, I'd be dusting these boys in the gym. I was in good shape. I didn't need a lot of padding. I played and I played my hardest. So that's the thing about me in sports. But I just gotta say that these casuals, they be on some bullshit half the time. And then most of the times, most people say, I believe them, I believe them. But nobody really believes them like that. You know what I mean? So it's really simple. It's really simple. You know, I gotta be stuck with this interface and I don't know how I'm gonna get another one. We'll see. They're probably expensive now, the way the prices don't went up. So everything in free agency is tied up. Everybody wants to blame it on LeBron, but LeBron has all the cards, they say. I'll tell you what he may go. He may go Golden State or the Sixers. Like I said, we don't know what he's going. I'm saying he's going to Golden State. Now, if he doesn't go to Golden State and goes to Philadelphia, yeah, they're the instant favorites. Does he want to win a championship? I just don't see him going to Philly. They said they have a strong case for him. And can they beat Detroit though? I don't think so. But Philadelphia would be a threat since they had Jalen Brown, their asset. And that's the tough part. Now they're relevant now. They're the agenda team that should not get injured. They'll play well. So injuries changes things. So the new agenda could be anybody in the East, Indiana or whatever. You know, a lot of people say the Knicks should have been the agenda. No, they were the agenda last year. This time, but the fans are so delusional and say, we're not the agenda. We want it fair and square. No, you didn't. Y'all was controlling, didn't even realize. I don't even care nothing about you. That's why the aspiration and LeBron done snuffed the Knicks championship run and just looked at them as such. Nobody cares about. I have yet to see one positive, good or bad, about the Knicks. No one cares about them. That shows you right there. And someone mentioned it on Carsino's stream, and I said, "Wait a minute, wait a minute." And a New Yorker told me, he said, the Yankees are more popular than the Knicks. I said, I already knew that, but I said, damn, it's like that in championship parades. It's a lot of people didn't come in, they was turned away. He says over 2 million that went in that parade, except the rest of New York, they just got turned away. That shows you right there, they don't care about that fan base. That shows you the owner doesn't care. He's worse than Jerry Reinsdorf. I try to tell you about the Knicks and them. They're the same. Once they got those TV deals, they're good. You got owners like that. They say all the owners are like that. No, not like these type of dudes. They get rid of their picks, they draft picks, and let you start over, which is crazy if you don't talk back to them. It's insane, man. It's insane, but it's been a minute since I've been on stream talk about current events and what's going on. YouTube is kind of dry, really. Ain't much. People talking about each other. You got academics messing with 50's other baby mother, which is simp like behavior, what you see in these so called red pill spaces. Too many simps and casuals ruin every damn thing. They're all on the same train. And that's how I look at these things now. So what I'm looking at, who's holding up the contracts, you already know who is holding it up. Yours truly. And that's how you gotta look at things to see where you at. So enough on that. I'm trying to figure out what is the purpose of all this corruption, and I'll tell you why. You got a sitting official that allows corruption to go on, and corruption is the name of the game in all sports, and you name it. And then you got a school like Michigan. The most schools I really like in the Big Ten, especially when it comes to football, they've been hitting with penalties and say if they was cheating, whatever. It's really sad. But then you have these diehards. I wouldn't even call them casuals, but diehard fans say if you didn't caught, don't get caught. It ain't about getting caught and all that. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Dude, people get caught with cheating all the time. You can't. Yeah, they take your trophies and all that. If you cheated, you cheated. People cheat regardless. And they say, go on about your day. Brain is like a noodle right now. And then that's what I'm seeing right now. But lately I've been just chilling. But you look at what's going on right now, like in the world today, it's just like, yeah, people's dying left and right and going crazy. Ain't nobody caring about that Graham senator or whatever. They just don't care. Let's see what's going on here. Get my sinus under control. So yeah, it's been wild for me on this side. So I've been chilling and everything. Damn, y'all need to stop spamming nonsense. This is a bot. What the fuck is this? And I'm just seeing what's going on, but obviously, it's a lot of interesting stuff on Telegram. It's just people just being weird. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been on, and Kwame's taking a new leaf on his streams. I mean, he's talking about more sports and he's into politics. Kwame Brown claiming to be conservative, but he's really in betweener. Interesting. Well, let's go back to Marcellus White, what he said about his 4th of July incident. And then he talked about he shouldn't have said because he's getting a divorce. His former wife, whatever, she's gonna be on. She was a TV star. He married a reality TV star, which is insane. I don't know why these dudes marry these people, man. They ain't got your best interest. They just want to destroy you. And they're in a state that the divorce, the man gets screwed over, true, but he's got a lawyer in the team, and he might not get as bad as you think. He may keep the kids. She may not want the kids because you know how selfish these females are. They're very selfish these days. And this is why a lot of dudes are not married. I'm gonna break this down. A lot of dudes are not married because of the bullshit what's going on in the world. See, before Trump, you will never hear the end of it. A lot of dudes will go overseas and a lot of ratings will go down. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If Kamala would have won, you'll see a lot of ratings will go down. No, none of this AI shit. It would be like Obama, but regulated. And you wouldn't get banned for anything because it's trading that direction. It's just what it is. It was treading that direction. But when Trump got in there, everything went worse. Like I said, he's been good. What's going on, Khalil? Salute, salute. He's been good for our country. Well, no, he's not. He's destroying it. That's why you got a lot of divisions around the world now. And that's just how I look at it. Yeah, I've been looking at Detroit sports, their Woodward Sports on YouTube, and free agency is kind of like this is the big moves that everybody's gonna stay put on both sports, hockey and basketball. And then now the decision with these aprons is crazy. Yeah, I've been focused on sports lately. Y'all forgive me with the content, but I'm just saying I'm speaking what's going on with me currently, and then what's going on in the world. You know, they still let that nonsense war. I try to tell you, after Fourth of July went its course, they had to do something. They had to do something. So perfectly, what segue here is that yeah, the females today they are not wife worthy, wives worthy, and fellas, you got to be careful. We're in the age of prisoner of the moment and bullshit reigns on the internet. It's been like that since before the pandemic. And I want to tell you a quick story about how this channel got revitalized through live streams, and I done seen it all up close from a panelist perspective for the first year during the pandemic, and then the second year being a panelist and did my own thing, and my channel grew like a couple of subscribers there and there. But appreciate the ones that stuck by me. But I'm just saying, uh, it's been hell and a hell of a experience. But what I love about it is you know what to expect from idiots online, and they ain't always going to agree with you. It's a compromising situation, but you have to look at it from other optics, and you just got to see it for what's amount to. I'm just looking at it like the only change Illich needs to make is to sell teams. Oh Lord, go with this nonsense. Kind of drained. Man, need me a pick me up. I get so fatigued real easily and close up in space. But you know, when you're live streaming like this, it's been a minute to keep my focus in. But yeah, it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on. And yeah, I've been laughing at the Jay Z concert. I think Sino did something on the stream. I was laughing. He tried to bring old hip hop back. Well, hip hop's been dead, and Nas has been dead since the early 2000s. Well, the essence of it, yeah. So we got that auto tune shit. It all came after during the 2012, thanks to Roger Troutman and Zap. No, it's popularized in every era. So I've been around the era that you see teams what they are, but you have a particular fan base that, and that's how you gotta see what's going on. But fortunately, you know, the sports world has gotten a little tight. You know, see when you have basketball in the off season, summer league, and you know the World Cup is going on, it takes a lot of air. Everybody said, "Why don't that LeBum retire? He will retire." A lot of people say he gonna die by rituals and things like that. That ain't gonna happen. No, he already did that with Kobe. This is something more than just Kobe. He's doing it for clout on his endorsements, not on the NBA. And that's what you see right now. But I guarantee you by next year, everybody be singing a different tune. What's going on in the playoffs, regular season? Well, regular season first, then playoffs, and that's it. It's been some interesting moves. Everybody's got to make a personal decision to support teams or just get lost. But I think the purpose of my channel, yeah, I talk a little bit of red pill space, history, and things like that, a little politics, a little philosophy there and there. But the purpose of talking sports, you see, politics has corrupted sports. You can see that from the Knicks championship. You can see that from any championship so far in any league. And then Michigan, the head of the scandals, is making the university look bad. So there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. And you see it under the LeBron James era, and people are tired. So they're getting tired of their voices being heard. So so you see all this stuff, and it's happening right now. I'm just saying that when you get tired of an individual, you just go crazy with it and let the chips fall and let it may. But what I see in the sports world, especially basketball, has been a different sport for like the last 20 something plus years. Y'all forgive me with the background noise. The dog's tripping about the lawnmower and stuff. It's going on. That's a requirement. I ain't worrying about that shit. They've been harassing me about that for the longest. My brain is acting up. Mm. Okay, it's 2:37. Let's talk about some real stuff. Yeah, what do you say about Anton Daniels? I think he did a video on him, and yeah, that guy's a grifter, man. He's a clown. He got destroyed and got exposed by Corey, and Corey got him, and that dude wasn't gonna do nothing no way, and Corey wasn't going for it. The light on and shit like that. Corey redeemed himself. Anton didn't. And what you're seeing right now is just crazy. You know, as I can tell, his followers doing it a little bit, but he still find ways to make catchphrases that sound stupid. It's crazy, man. The competition is steep. Everybody got podcasts, shows, interviews, and they see this all the time. But I was listening to Tim Hardaway. He said, most NBA players should not have a podcast during the season. David Stern said, no, shut it down. You talk to the team that you already played before, but you can't talk about the night before. And we see this in other cultures and things like that. But yeah, we're the only culture in this country, in America, will support nonsense like that. So you see it going on. Narratives destroy people, and media narratives are no good. Trust me, I know firsthand. Crazy, all right? And then I'm just looking at what's going on today. Yeah. I try not to be drowsy, but damn, gotta come up with something. But currently, Bentley, like someone was mentioning him, and they said, "Oh, he don't represent Detroit." Well, he's from Detroit. He just got pumped by a white dude in a video and exposing him, which is funny. I saw that. There's so much shit on dude. It's not even funny. I don't know why y'all people follow so bums on here, especially you people claiming that y'all red pilled. Y'all really not. Y'all actually purple pilled. I said this before. I say it again. Most of y'all dudes are purple pill, man. Just straight up and down. And I'm just seeing what's going on. Like I said, X is the one thing. Yeah, no one cares about X like that. Bunch of whores on there. But yeah, I talked about academics. I talked a little bit of everything. Damn near. There's a lot going on. What's this? What's going on here? They got these pocket pages on here. I'm just looking at it on YouTube, whatever. But yeah, that's what I've been looking at. So a lot's going on. I think the red pill space, like, it's not as massive as it once been, but it was massive. I'll say it at a period of time. I won't expound on it. Now, I don't consider Anton a part of it because he's a grifter. You have a lot of grifters died out. They died out since what 2021, and they try to be on TV and they look stupid. I just found out Brother Polite was in a movie based off in Philadelphia. I forget the name of the movie, and I thought that was interesting. I said, "Oh, this nigga right here, man." Them weak ass movies, man. I want to be a celebrity. I want to be a star. I want to be a star. And then come to find out he ain't a star. There's a bum on the street, but you know how it goes. But yeah, I just get caught up with other topics, and I just ain't got time to talk about red pill stuff. I was just like, man, that shit's dead, bro. I mean, it's not dead. The essence of it lost its feel. But there was a point in time when people just fell in love with it. They said the rise of the manosphere. Well, the manosphere's been on the rise. They just went down, since then. But the 2.0 space made us look bad. So let's keep it a bean. And I'm looking at this stuff right now, what's going on, and I'm just like, okay, this stuff is really wild. But when you're at a point, what's going on? My head keeps spinning. Um, trying to get my thoughts here for a minute. Yeah, them spaces came and went. So the last couple of years after the election, it just died out. It just like I look at the red pill space, the so-called red pill space. You got frauds in it too, but the real ones they just left it for years and years ago. But these idiots, these grifters, or I call them blue pill grifters. By the way, they've been hanging on since the pandemic and then after. They just have no content and no context of what they're saying. Now they're getting destroyed by actual people that's been out in the fields and doing the work, make them look like amateurs out there, right? See, sports is one thing, but when you come on a platform like this, you have to be careful. Then Marcellus Wiley, he did okay for a minute until that divorce thing came during the July parades and stuff like that, or holiday or whatever, and he got singled out. But I knew his day was coming because once you start hanging with Gil and all them, oh, you're done. And then the feds want him. That's what you get with Gilbert Arenas, and I'll tell you what happened on that. Carcino broke it down on his Patreon. Y'all can go watch that. But yeah, Gilbert Arenas is washed, bro. That whole show, his podcast, it's meaningless right now. They try to help that man. You know how they go. You got a lot of people acting stupid in the chat, talking or whatever. The NFL season's about to start, and you have a lot of teams got a lot of easy schedules and things like that. So everybody said, "Oh, summer's crazy." I'm just tired at this point. My brain is fried. I don't feel like doing nothing. A little fatigue right now. So doing this live stream is just crazy. It's been a crazy day. Wednesday's not one. Well, Wednesdays is okay. It's not one of my bad days. It's just this is a bullshit Wednesdays I've had. The last time I had a bullshit Wednesday was probably, let's just say, when I was in the workplace. That was years ago. Oh, I was just furious. And this is when I was working at a dealership, afternoon shit or morning shit. I was just so tired of it. I was so out of it. Just want to go to sleep because I'm a night person, not a day person. And those are hard 2 years that I worked. Did a lot of double shifts, got sick on those days, and then I survived that. Didn't miss no sick days and took no sick days off. I worked through my sick days. more proficient with my job that I've done. So basically, I just try to keep it afloat and keep it maintained so people can live and whatever. And I'm just looking at this stuff right now. I'm like, okay, this is wild to me. But it's been a minute since I've been doing live streaming, and I'm just rambling a little bit and trying to get my thoughts together. But yeah, I just been chilling. I just been chilling. And man, you see all types of streams, and I've been participating. And they have this new hype button, which is insane. I don't know why. Just you need an algorithm to hype the video, which is insane. That's the worst feature I've seen on YouTube. YouTube is falling apart. They're desperate for because technology has gotten so popular with the modern day funds that they got. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't interested in on a computer. So you know how that keeps going. But yeah, fellas, be careful with these marriages out here, man. People divorce you real quick. We live in the age of prisoners of the moment, short attention span motherfuckers. They just don't deserve it to get praise or be honored right now. So a lot has been going on. A lot has been going on. Um, everybody's moving away from the current administration right now. It's just not looking too good. And they said they have a chance in hell to win. They don't have a chance in hell to win. It's rigged for it's rigged for states like Illinois. And I'm looking at this stuff like it's insane right now. So people in the podcast stuff, they just going crazy. But then you got old boy calling himself the chewing gum podcast, which is silly. I tell everybody to do it and just have fun with it. And they said Black man ain't got his media. He got all types of media. It could be free, be bought on Patreon, you name it. X, I done seen it all. They're getting that asset and they're getting that money to sustain what's going on. So, but yeah, but you have a lot of things going on. So let me see what I'm gonna read some articles going on. But yeah, the red pill space it's just it's really gone, but people ain't talking about okay, summer league awards. Okay, we'll talk about the master later. It's like 2:45 right now. My brain was rattled for a minute. I'm trying to be all right. Been focused on sports all last week. It's been crazy. Um, yeah. They said YouTube TV is adding more channels. The streaming game is crazy now. Everybody's on podcast channels and things like that. Update the main channel. Okay, HBCU Go stands out particularly significant. Additional for viewers' interest in content centered on historical black colleges and universities. This platform delivers sports coverage, educational programming, and documentaries and cultural events tied to the HBCU's institutions across the country. It is also arrival on YouTube TV. Couldn't broaden access to the live games, analyst shows, student athletes spotlights, appealing to sports enthusiasts and those seeking inclusive storytelling in higher education, athletics, cars, TV, and another highlight to caters automotive fans with dedicated program on vehicle reviews. Industry news, classic car features, and enthusiast events. Another Allen Media Group channels like Comedy TV brings the stand-up specials, sketch comedy, and humorous series, expanding the service's already robust comedy selection. But often Allen Media Group (AMG) properties like joining the fold, including networks and such as Recipe TV for cooking and enthusiasts, and Justice Central TV for the true crime and legal proceedings, and additional lifestyle options like Pets TV or ESTV. These channels have these channels help push its basic patch, which already exceeds 100 channels. Well, yeah, that was doing that right now. So it's a lot going on YouTube's end. It's pretty much the same. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, people still on the topic of Michigan this, picture that. So it got superheated, things like that. So looks like streaming is the future. It's been a future. I've been saying this for like probably since 2021. And live stream, everybody been saying it years ago, like the last 2010s and all that. Yeah, it was the future, but it really wasn't. It was just panel talking. That was the future. Hell, that shit died down during the pandemic and right after 2022, and everybody didn't get no views after that. Everybody's doing their own thing. So it's like dispersed now. Everybody's fighting for a spot to be the top person on TV. Now, YouTube TV can use guys with the biggest following, the million subscribers, and other platforms. That's how they grow their channels. That's how they be more effective. So they figure out a way of doing it, right? And I'm just like, this is wild over here. But, or behold, you see what's going on with these podcasts. People get in trouble for it. Let's talk about the Jalen Brown thing. Let's talk about him. I want to speak on that. My thoughts on it. He said what he said about Boston is true. They've been wanting to get rid of him since probably the third year, and Boston's been washed anyway. So nobody cares about Boston. They got the biggest media company in the world, but ain't nobody scared of that shit. They out of there. Even if they do have that, that's right there. It puts them in the standstill. It's the junks of it we see. So it's almost three something, but had to get my live stream in. It's been a mess. It's 49 minutes and 59 seconds. So, making good time and talk to y'all like several minutes and I'm just going to dip. But yeah, it's good to be back. The long break, try to keep my focus, keep what I need to do. And, daily hump dump series might cut it sooner or later, but we'll see where the process goes. And I'm just not going to deal with it and call in another series. And I'm just going to focus on the main thing that I need to focus on. I may do Wednesdays, I may do Thursdays. We'll see. Because Thursdays is the key. Now, Wednesdays, usually I don't do anything, but it's a lot going on. But Thursdays is the days that I'm thinking about doing it again. But it's gonna be early. I don't know if it's gonna be early afternoon or whatever, whatever. It could be anything. It could be anything at this point. Or keep it around two something. Now this I'll extend it longer if I need to. Um till I get to a stop and whatever. So that's just my thing on it. So when I focus on one thing, I you get more out of it. So so Jalen Brown, even though he's from Marietta, Georgia, I forget what magnet school he went to. He went to Cal Berkeley, University of California State. I mean, University of California, excuse me, Golden Bear, Cal Berkeley. And this guy went to NASA. I heard from Kwame Brown say that, yeah. And I met one of his classmates or persons that go to go to Laker games with. And the stuff that you see right now. So, yeah, the Sixers, they look like contenders, man. But if the Sixers get rid of Embiid's contract, that's a sign that Embiid's about to be gone. So, Sixer fans is probably happy. I'm listening to the Detroit sports on the end. So I have it muted in the background so y'all can't hear, but, it's currently live, but it is what it is. And you just see what's going on. Oh my goodness, bro. See what's on the articles. McDonald's is adding 4 new menu items for a limited time. What else is new? Arizona elect chairman of the NBA Board of Governors. Mickey Harrison for the Heat. Oh man, he's one of the worst. Yeah, he's one of the worst. They probably moved that Toronto Raptors. Okay. Las Vegas, July 14, 2026. Commissioner announced today that the Miami Heat's governor, Mickey Harrison, has been unanimously elected as the next chairman of the NBA Board of Directors. Harrison was assumed to the position following the league's board of governors meeting in September 2026. Arsenal, Harrison, yeah, okay. Harrison, who has the second longest tenure of any NBA team, governing at 31 years, but succeed Toronto Raptors governor Larry. Oh, I missed the spot. Okay. September 7th chair. Okay. Board of Governors, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 31 years will succeed Toronto Raptors governor Larry Tenderbaum, who was served as chairman of the NBA board since October 2017. Yeah, so that means that guy's gone. Okay. Look forward to Harrison. So Mickey Harrison is their replacement for the Heat. Oh, that's even worse. That motherfucker is cheap. It's a $2 bill. Yeah, man. That aspirations is it's not gonna be as serious, but it's just a lot of corruption. What you see in the NBA, everybody's reporting on it. It's just like crazy. I'm talking a little bit of sports here. Okay, the Pistons can't repeat Jalen Duren's mistakes with Asar Thompson. I don't think. Yeah, they'll end up trading that boy. If shit gets worse, and I'm just looking at what it is. Cutthroat Nelson. Okay. Cash App apparently blocked to pay 45 million to settle states fraud protection. Yeah, everybody stopped using Cash Apps. They start using Venmo and the others. Insane. It's just wild to me, man. Yeah, a lot of people doing podcasts. They think they're realists and things like that. Yeah, my brain is fried right now because I have to worry about a lot. Rent and all this other stuff. Everything's going up. It's going crazy. But yeah, man. The NBA is just in a standstill. But what you see now, corruption's in America. You already know who's the president, so-called United States. This country is fried, bro. It's over. Imagine having a female leader telling y'all what to do. Put it in a different perspective. Most of you dudes be tripping and making streams and ridiculous, dumb shit. The red pill space ain't officially gone. It's just gonna be around. It just ain't went away. It's just grifting of it is gone. You'll still have a space. You just don't have grifters no more. They was looking for money the whole time. Grifters ruin it. Young grifters ruin it, and they learn from each other. That's what you see today. All right. But you culminate that with the newer generation. They want to see what's going on in progress. You know how it goes. So they keep it in progress and they trying to see what's going on. I've been streaming for quite a minute. So it is what it is, but that's the whole purpose of it. So you really ain't saying much when the future is here. So the agendas of YouTube, right? Got to talk about the agenda, right? So the agendas of these spaces, they want you to conform to mainstream television. Uh, we've been saying this since 2021. 2021 was a special year. Everybody was live streaming. They was competing with each other, right? So I had to make it instead of pavement. Let's see what's going on out here. But when I look at what's going on today, it's just like it's horrible what we're seeing. But yeah, LeBron took the air out of all medias and forms. Everybody's tripping about his allegiance to the top. It's always been evident. But he's not gonna repeat or win a championship. His career is like basically manufactured as always. But a lot of people say, "Oh, LeBron is great," all that. No, it's manufactured. People don't care for him. It's great content, by the way. It's an hour and 43 seconds. So yeah, people. Just rambling my mouth saying what's up, coming back from a long last year. We'll talk about some things, and yeah, I had to speak on that Jalen Brown stuff. I mean, he meant what everything he said. I defend him, whatever, and he has a great season with Philadelphia. It's going to be very interesting to watch. Wherever televised game, I'm watching it. If it's against the Celtics, I'll make it sure that I watch the game. So it's a televised event. You know how it goes. So and yeah, I'll talk y'all a couple more minutes, and then I'm about to dip because I'm about to get drowsy over here and just rest my head, whatever. Because it's been a minute since I talked to y'all. Shouts out to Khalil and people that Skywatch. Salute to y'all on the playback, of course. And yeah, we'll talk about more of this, and I'll see what's going on in business and talk a little financial stuff for not the next one, but the Wednesday after next. We'll be back our normal schedule of programming. So we got to see what's the purpose of what's going on, right? But I'm seeing it as people are just tired and fed up with certain individuals. So when you're in an era of prisoner of the moments and casuals and idiots that deal with the utilitarian society, it does damage. It does damage, and that's why everybody believes in the agenda. It's purposeful to design to destroy you. So you basically have your own tandem here. You know, I used to share streams with people. Everybody said join panels and stuff. I miss them days, but that's when it was hectic. I just don't understand why I'm not getting the boost that I need. And it's a lot going on. Yeah, but that's it for me. Shouts out to everyone. Appreciate y'all. Shalom to people of Israel, unto the Gentiles. Until next time, and we'll talk about some real stuff like current events. I'm glad to see y'all. And yeah, we covered I think the Jalen Brown. I was pausing in between because I was researching something. And it's just one of those days, man. It's just been a fog for me, but I'm glad I'm back. So talked a little bit about things, what's going on in the world, and this is it's been a wild year, but I'll keep y'all posted. So I'm signing off until next. I mean, I say shalom to people of Israel, to the Gentiles until next time. Okay. So I'm signing off and I'm out.